scary skeletons speak with such a screech. You'll shake and shudder in surprise when you hear these zombies shriek.
Hey! So I've set myself a personal goal of playing through as many of my horror games as I can get through this October. And I just finished, well, sort of finished 2 of them. So talking about Resident Evil Code Veronica and The Suffering. I didn't actually finish Resident Evil Code Veronica because I got to the final boss and had burned too many Healy items and ammo. Like, I was supposed to apparently have a magnum and grenades for that final boss fight, and all I have is a shotgun, so I just said, fuck it. I got to the end of the game. And I just beat The Suffering, which was glitching out on me for a couple levels there.
Oh my god, so many times we'd hear a character do a loop.
You ain't one of those hacks, are you? You ain't one of them hacks, are you? You ain't one of them hacks, are you?
Yeah,
you ain't one of them hacks, are you?
And then there was the police officer that refused to acknowledge that we put the fire out.
That only happened once, though. Like, that hacks guy must have happened like 8 different times. So I guess I'll talk about Resident Evil Code Veronica first. It's a Resident Evil game. Like a classic Resident Evil. It was probably the last classic Resident Evil before 4 changed everything. It's a Resident Evil game. If you're into that, you'll probably like it.
It's like the debut game for Claire Redfield.
No, she's been in other games.
No, where she was like the main character.
Oh.
It was like her game.
With
so, of course,
hilariously over-the-top bad guy.
So, of course, her sections were easy peasy, and her brother's sections were hard as balls.
Well, that was probably a level curve thing. Like, her sections were the beginning of the game, and her brother's sections were the last part
Even
of the game.
when you switch to her even after you switch back to her, after you've unlocked Chris, her sections are easy.
Well, anyway, I'm not a Resident Evil fan. I've never liked the way the games control. I'm honestly surprised I managed to get through most of that game. They're cheesy good fun, usually. I guess, in terms of puzzles, they're kind of okay. Like, if you could at least get your brain around the fact that every building in this facility is locked with something other than a key in some sort of way that makes sense for human beings.
A jeweled ant, dragonfly, where you need to pull the wings off the dragonfly to make it into a key.
Go find a card key. Where is it? It's inside a zombie's torso. Oh, for fuck's sake. The key system is dumb and makes no logical sense, but in terms of being actual puzzles, it's alright. But other than that, I can't really recommend you go out and play it. It's on the Dreamcast, and there was like a remake for the PS2. If you must play it, probably the PS2 version, because the Dreamcast controller has a pretty crappy analog stick for this kind of thing, and the D-pad's going to dig into your hands. Also, not many of you have Dreamcasts, I imagine. So let's talk about the much more interesting game, The Suffering. It's not a survival horror game. It's an action horror game, much more in the vein of Dead Space, at least the later ones, where it's all very horror-themed, but I get dual revolvers and a Tommy gun pretty early in the game.
Literally, this island was the...
It's like the evilest island ever.
It's like Hitler's dream playground.
It's like, what was it? Witch burnings, mad psychiatrist who performed illegal experimentation, an army colonel who was obsessed with tracking down German spies in his own ranks and shot a lot of people, and now it's a prison where they perform executions.
Like various executions.
It's so fucking haunted. It's got... And you actually interact regularly with 3 of the ghosts from like 3 different time periods. And that's actually kind of an interesting element.
My favorite would have to have been the electrified ghost.
He didn't seem to like his lot in life.
He did not like the fact that he was forcibly haunting this place, and you do kind of set him free.
But, so it's... And you're a man who's imprisoned for killing his family and his...
It turns
No, spoilers. Spoilers. Don't spoil that. What's good about the game is the
I
enemy
don't think
design.
you can really spoil a game from when was this? When was this?
2004.
Yeah, you can't spoil a game from 2004.
Well, I'm not doing it because I want people to play this game because it's actually pretty good. The monster designs are great. There's like
Holy shit!
6 or 7 different enemies throughout the game with a couple like variants on size for a couple of them. But they're all creepy as fuck.
I think the creepiest one has to be the ones wrapped in barbed wire with scissors taped to their hands.
Oh, you mean the spinny ones that come out of the... Oh, no, the spiders. Okay, yeah, the first enemy you meet are basically humans with daggers for hands and Cenobite nails out of their heads, and they, like, crawl around.
And they're wrapped in barbed wire.
And they clink when they move. It's very, very effective clinky sound effects. Scares the shit out of you. There's the crazy little squeaky guys who throw lethal injections at you. The firing squad monsters who are big but not nearly as scary as their size would imply. Digging monster, the hangman, you meet that a couple times.
The best thing you can do with the hangman is just run away.
Slam buttons, you'll get out and just keep moving. Don't worry about them. You can't, I never even managed to kill one. The creepy fire ghosts and the slave ship plague rat monsters. It's all creepy as hell, and even though I say it's not a survival horror game, it actually really commits to the horror thing. Like, you're haunted by visions of your crimes, and it's actually has a morality system. It's kind of obvious when there's a morality system because you'll meet like an NPC, and the game will be like either help your wife's voice will tell you to help them, and like an evil voice will tell you to kill them. And for a couple of them, they're pretty goddamn annoying, so it's hard to resist killing them.
Yeah, this game pushes you towards kill everything.
But on the other hand, a couple of them, especially the last one, the Mexican guard with the Tommy gun, are really handy. Like, they don't run out of ammo. If you keep them around, they're really useful. The Suffering, it's an old game. It's pre when they figured out how to do third-person shooting for consoles. And even, like, I've played Max Payne from around the same time, and even Max Payne knew how to do third-person shooting better than this. But you can also just go melee with it. So the gameplay is a little clunky in terms of mechanics, but it's all functional.
I'm gonna go make coffee while you finish this.
Well, I'm basically done. So, for Resident Evil Code Veronica, yay for the Suffering, and I'll see you all next time.